Britain's King Charles III has invited President Cyril Ramaphosa for a state visit, the first since assuming the throne. Trade and investment expected to be among the agenda. Joining us to discuss this further is British High Commissioner to South Africa, Antony Phillipson. Commissioner Phillipson, good evening to you. Thank you for your time tonight. Firstly, how significant is this visit?
Well, thank you very much indeed for having me on to talk about it. I think it's hugely significant, both in the context of it being the first state visit hosted by His Majesty King Charles III and the Queen Consort. I also think it's recognition of the importance, and this will be the fourth state visit by a South African president since 1994. So I think if you put those two things together, it's a unique as well as highly significant and very, very exciting occasion for the relationship between our countries.
Let's talk about some of the issues then that you're expecting to come under discussion.
Well, I think what we will see, and we've announced in London today, begun to announce in London today some of the outlines of the programme. There will be formal ceremonial occasions, including a formal welcome of President Ramaphosa on what we call Horse Guards Parade in the centre of London. He will inspect a guard of honour with the King, and then during that day there will be an address to the members of both houses of our Parliament and a state banquet hosted by His Majesty the King and the Queen Consort at Buckingham Palace in the evening. And then on the second day, the President will be hosted by the Prime Minister at number 10 along with his accompanying delegation, and I think this is where we will start to see the breadth of the relationship illustrated as they talk about issues ranging from foreign policy, health, education, science, innovation, our trade and investment relationship, our future collaboration on climate issues. You will see a raft of new announcements charting the course of the relationship going forward. And I think, as I say, that it will reveal both the depth and the breadth of the modern partnership between the UK and South Africa.
I wonder how much of the local political landscape will feature in this conversation. We, of course, have an elective conference coming up in December for the ANC that could well, have a different outcome in as far as the future of President Cyril Ramaphosa as president of the country.
So the invitation is issued by His Majesty to President Ramaphosa as the head of state in South Africa. As you say, we're quite close now to the elected conference, and a few people have asked us the question you just asked me. I think my point would be that South Africa's domestic political context is not for us to be involved in. The timing of this will have been shaped by not only the desire of His Majesty to invite the South African President to London for this state visit, but also then navigating around other commitments that we both have, including the President is currently on his way back. I think if he's not still in Bali for the G20, there was the COP summit recently. So that's why I think we've ended up with the timing that we have. And of course it plays out against the backdrop of politics in both our countries, actually. But it's going to be a hugely significant occasion at head of state level between the UK and South Africa.
What do you think it says about the importance of the relationship between South Africa and the UK?
Well, as I said, I think it's notable. Two things at least are notable about this. One, that it is the fourth South African state visit in just under 30 years. I don't think many other countries have enjoyed that level of state visit level of attention. And secondly, I just think it's wonderful that this is just going to be a unique occasion. There will be no one else who will be the King's first visitor during his reign. And I think the fact that that is South Africa, I say this obviously as His Majesty's representative in South Africa, I think is a fantastic way of illustrating the importance and the value that we place on the relationship.
British High Commissioner to South Africa, Antony Phillipson. Let's leave it there for tonight.